What was your best time in a boat?
I would say the best time I had in mirrors or oppies was actually when we weren't sailing. It would have been when we were waiting for the wind to fill in, and they had the whole fleet, sort of 20 oppies or something like that, all tied up off the back of the committee boat out by the Naas, and we were sitting around getting bored, and then someone spotted some jellyfish coming past, and we ended up basically having a jellyfish fight with this swarm of jellyfish.
And your worst moment in the boat?
Worst moment, there's a lot to choose from, but I would say the worst one was when I was sailing with Fiona McLeod in my mirror, and we were leading the race, and it was very windy, and we were hiking very hard to try and stay ahead of Charlotte Milgate and Adam Crisp, and the tow strap fixings broke, and we nearly fell out of the boat, and we went from first to not quite first, and that was quite frustrating.
And your most memorable achievement?
Well, that has to be when we won the Mirror Fleet, when I was crewing for Toby Ramsay, and it was a very close battle between us and Mark Purdy and Seamus in the Mirror, and James and Andy Green, and we pipped it in the end, and that was probably my highlight, I would say.
And your best social event?
Well, it's got to be the end of the week disco. Once we've graduated to the big one, the grown-up one at the yacht club, definitely. I can't tell you anything more about it because that's confidential.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, move your hand a bit. Yeah. Put it to your mouth though.
Yeah, that's good. Go.
What was your best moment in the boat?
Best moment was helming from the trapeze in the 420.
Best cadet week social?
Was the end of week disco, the seniors disco when we were old enough.
Worst moment in the boat?
Was capsized in the Mirror, drifting down the side of a ship, and the guy who was crewing thought he was going to die.
Most memorable achievement?
Was, I think, in the 420 one year we won every single race.
Cool. What was your best moment in the boat?
When my sister and I actually managed to finish a race.
Best cadet week social?
Definitely any of the Damn Chicks discos.
Worst moment in the boat?
Sailing through the moorings and getting tangled up in all the yachts.
Most memorable achievement?
When my sister and I managed to sail back into the hard by ourselves.
Thank you.
So, Ollie, what was your best moment in the boat?
My best moment in the boat would be winning a few races and having fun with my friend, I think.
What was your best social?
Best social was when we used to go out to Old Hall and go mud sliding and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And what was your worst moment in the boat?
Worst moment is when there's no wind and Mum didn't give me enough food for the day.
And your most memorable achievement?
Probably when I won Gold Fleet. Yeah, that was the best week of racing that I did down there, so yeah, really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
What was your best moment in the boat?
Best moment would have to be when I was first sailing in my Topaz. Jamie Bolingbroke used to tell me whereabouts to start on the start line, and I got bullets in every single race and I won my fleet.
And your best social?
When we used to do Cadet Week, we got to go to Old Hall Point and have a massive mud fight, so it'd have to be the mud fights.
Worst moment in the boat?
Probably death roll. I hate that. That's the worst moment.
Most memorable achievement?
Besides winning for once one of my races, it would probably be my last year in the 29er. I was with Jess Hughes. We didn't finish any of the races except for the final one, and even the committee boat gave us a clap.
What was your best moment in the boat?
Mine probably beating my brother, I reckon, in 29ers. Not overall, but in a few races.
Mine would be beating the boys in the 29er with Alison on our last ever race. Ever.
What was your best social?
Old Point.
We used to
What was your worst moment in the boat?
I used to be really, really rubbish. So Ali and I used to spend our whole time on Pelican just eating sweets, which in hindsight is actually quite good, but probably being bad.
There was too many to list. Probably I snapped a few masts in my time, had to get rescued a few times. Going through sails, been through a few sails. That's quick trips to Gowans, patch it up at lunchtime, back on the water. Yeah, that happened more than once actually. Probably that.
What was your most memorable achievement?
I hate to say this, it's not in my nature to be that competitive, but winning.
I don't think I ever won. That's not mine. Mine would probably be actually getting into the 29 with Ali, because I was always really little and had to sail on my own, and actually to sail with someone was really fun.
I think that was the case with 29s, wasn't it? They were still are hard to sail. Big achievement getting around the course in a 29er. We done?
Yeah.
Jamie, what was your best moment in the boat?
Best moment in the boat was having 449ers on the start line, racing my last year cadet. We can have about 629ers, so it's great fleet racing all summer, so that's the best, I mean.
Yeah, and your worst moment in the boat?
Worst moment in the boat is probably I'm a bad loser and I got beaten by Tornelli in the 29er whilst winning every race apart from that one and girls.
And your most memorable achievement?
Memorable achievement's got to be my 49er sailing with Tim Walton in the 49er Olympic development team.
And your best social event?
Best social, I cannot have one for Cadet Week. Every night is the best, and one week of the summer you've got to book off every year.